Hi, my name's Irene. I'm here today from the Garden of Beaden to show you a third bracelet on our 6-in-1 bracelet board. Today I'm going to be demonstrating the charm holder bracelet. We're going to use 2 feet of 1.5 leather and 2 6-inch pieces of 1.5 millimeter leather. We're going to use a loop by Tiara Cast and a hook. And I have a couple of charms here, or 3 charms here that we're also going to be using, and my end beads and 3 jump rings. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by taking my 2 feet of leather, and it's optional. I'm using 1.5, but you could use 2 millimeter if you like. Folding it in half, I'm going to put it through the loop. I'm going to put the ends through the loop and pull up a little knot. Now I'm going to take this loop and hook it into the board here, into the clip. Then I'm going to take this one and come through the hook. This is a nice S-clasp. Come through here, hook it here. Now with these measurements, I know that it's going to end up a great size 7 bracelet. You know, if you needed to adjust it, you could adjust it by pulling it down and hooking here if you needed it bigger, and of course moving the clip onto the 6-inch if you need it smaller. But I'm going to go right here to a 7 because that's a good size for me. Now I'm going to start by doing a knot right here, and something that I've discovered is using this 3rd clip works great for holding the leather here. Now I'm going to take my 6-inch piece of leather and I'm going to do a knot. I don't know what the official name of this knot is, but I like to call it the nifty knot just because I think it's nifty. And I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. Now the important part about this knot and it looking good is that when you wrap around 3 times, you keep them in line. So like a coil, don't let them overlap. Now I have one end on this side and one end on this side. So to finish that knot, I'm going to take the one on this side and go through from left to right. I know my fingers are going to kind of get in the way here, but once I get this leather through, you'll be able to see what I've done. Then I'm going to take this one and go from right to left. Now by pulling both pieces of leather and keeping my coils in place, when I pull the end pieces, I end up with, as I called it, the nifty knot, and they're all lined up in a row. I like this leather a lot. It's a Greek leather. When I pull it, it kind of stretches and then kind of goes back into itself to where I even feel comfortable just cutting it and not having to use glue. I suppose you can use glue just to make super sure that it's good, but I haven't had anything fall apart yet. Now I take off this clip and I want to put a couple of beads on these end pieces here. Beads that I have chosen for today are these little cubes. So I'm going to slide up the cube and do just a little knot here. I'm not going to make them too long, say about ½ inch. There's one, and now I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to take another bead, put it on, and I like to stagger, so I'm going to tie my knot down just a little bit further. So I have my dangles. So, oops, I'm going to do one more knot. So it looks a little bit more decorative. Rather than just having 2 pieces of leather going along here, I like to do one more knot right here. Now you could use another color to give it more design, but on this one I'm just going to use the same color, going with the green. I'll show you this knot again. Coming around, going around 3 times, and trying to keep them all in line, no overlapping. Three. Okay, I hope you can see that. There's 3 times around. I have one piece over here and one piece over here. Now I'm going to go the first one in my left hand. I'm going to go through from left to right, and the one in my right hand from right to left, and then taking those strings, I'm going to adjust it here. I want it right about in the middle. Ooh, I did a super nifty knot. It seems I went around 4 times. That's cool. So I guess you can go 2, 3, or 4 times around if you like. We got 4 on this one. I'm going to pull it nice and tight, and then I'm going to cut it. So what we have here is a charm bracelet, kind of contemporary, not your traditional charm bracelet, but it's cool because you can hang all of your charms from this loop. So I have chosen these 3 charms, and I really like to use these particular 5mm jump rings from Tiara Cast. They're a great thickness. It's 18 gauge, and so I know when I hook stuff on with these rings, I never lose them. So I'm going to hook these 3 little charms onto the ring. I mean, you can choose to also add beads, you know, at this point to give it more color if you want more color. But I'm just going with charms today. And we carry these components in either copper, silver, or the new finish brass oxide that we are loving. So today we did copper and we did green leather. So there is your charm holder bracelet. So thank you again for tuning in to the Garden of Beaden demonstration, and I'll see you again real soon.